with your certified most accurate forecast. This is a Fox 54 Weather Impact Alert.
So don't expect to see widespread snow, anything like that. We are just getting some extremely cold air through the Tennessee Valley. So throughout the past couple of hours, past 24 hours, we've seen about a 20-degree difference almost here in Huntsville. So that cold air is starting to make its way in, and temperatures will gradually get colder as tonight progresses into early tomorrow morning. You can really see just exactly where that cold front is because of the temperature change that we've got right there. Speaking of temperatures, here's a look at our temperatures all across the Tennessee Valley. Upper 30s, lower 40s. We're sitting at 41 right now in Huntsville, 39 in Pulaski, 41 in Russellville, also sitting at 41 right now in Fort Payne. So we've got weather impact alert in effect for late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then another one heading into late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. So really the morning time hours are what we're going to be focused on the most. And that is due to the fact that we have forecasted below freezing temperatures for both mornings. So when I'm speaking of mornings, I'm talking about overnight into early morning hours. So definitely want to have that winter gear handy because we do have a freeze warning that will go into effect in about a little over 30 minutes here. And that includes the entire Tennessee Valley. It's going to last until about 10 a.m. And that is because we are expected to see temperatures continuing to fall into the low 20s for some of us across the Tennessee Valley. Pulaski expected to reach right around 22, 26 expected here in Huntsville, 26 expected down in Coleman. But once you factor in the wind speeds and potential wind gusts, which by the way could reach close to 30 miles per hour heading into tomorrow afternoon, that's going to make the air temperature feel even colder than what it's expected to be. So heading out the door tomorrow morning for work or school, it's going to be feeling like lower teens in some locations, feeling like 13 in Pulaski tomorrow morning, 12 in Athens, 13 in Arab. So your bus stop forecast, it's a cold one. We are expected to stay below freezing until we get to, I would say, about the 9 a.m. into the 10 a.m. hour, right when that freeze warning is expected to expire. That's when we'll see temperatures rise above that 32-degree threshold. But temperatures aren't going to rise much from there. Only expect to see upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow afternoon. Now, you've probably seen some chatter about some snow. We're not expected to see widespread snow by any means, but heading into tomorrow, our extreme northeastern portion of the Tennessee Valley, so I'm talking extreme northeastern Jackson, potentially DeKalb counties, could see a little snow flurry action. But other than that, that's all it's expected to be, and we're going to be staying dry. I would say till about Saturday. So heading into Saturday, that's when we've got our next rain chance. So expect dry conditions tomorrow and Tuesday. We'll see those temperatures gradually start to rise heading into the weekend. It looks like we'll be back in the low 70s by about Friday. So just in time for some Friday night football. Rain chances return about this time next week.
This is AP News Minute. The Senate has taken the first step to end the government shutdown. 8 Democrats joined Republicans to move toward passing compromise legislation to fund the government. As part of a compromise, the Senate will hold a vote on extending expiring healthcare tax credits. The shutdown and the FAA's order to reduce air traffic is affecting thousands of flights. More than 2,700 flights were canceled on Sunday. Nearly 10,000 were delayed. A massive typhoon caused floods, landslides, and power outages in the northwest Philippines. At least 4 people were killed and more than 1.4 million were displaced. Donald Trump became the first sitting president to attend an NFL regular season game since 1978. Loud boos could be heard as he appeared at Sunday's Washington Commanders game.
Local veterans returned home today from a special honor flight to Washington, D.C. The trip, sponsored by GE Aerospace, took Huntsville area veterans to memorials across D.C. and the Arlington National Cemetery. A welcome home celebration took place at Huntsville International Airport, where the community gathered to give the veterans the recognition many never received. Veteran Kerry Nivens describes the moment.
I just figured few people would be here I had no idea they were going to be this, large of a crowd and this welcome home. It sort of helps to ease the pain because we didn't get much of a welcome home when we came home from the war. I can't put it into words. It's just fantastic, the turnout and what they've done and how they went about surprising us and welcoming home us.
You heard that right. For veterans returning, today's celebration was a complete surprise. Trip happened ahead of Veterans Day on Tuesday.
We get things started down in Tuscaloosa. The Alabama Crimson Tide, they've gotten to the point of the year where the next game is the biggest of the season. And this week, the Tide welcomed in a longtime rival LSU to Bryant-Denny Stadium, hoping to move to 6-0 in SEC play. This was the 90th meeting between the Crimson Tide and the Tigers. Tide have won 4 out of the last 5 in this series. Bayou Bengals come up with a big stop on Alabama's opening drive. They turn the Tide over on downs at the 39-yard line. Now, the Tigers, they put together a solid drive and get in position for a short field goal. But Damian Ramos' 30-yard attempt is wide left. We remain scoreless on a Saturday night in Tuscaloosa. Now, the Crimson Tide offense, they go 3 and out on the ensuing drive. Ball goes back over to LSU. That's when Alabama's defense forces the first turnover of the game. Nakai Hill-Green pops the ball loose and recovers the fumble, setting the Crimson Tide up in Tigers territory. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 plays later, Alabama takes the lead. 45-yard field goal by Connor Toty. It's up, and it is good. Bama on top, 3-0 after the first. LSU ties the game early in the second. In the Tide, they turn in their best drive of the night, going 75 yards in 7 plays. Daniel Hill punches in the first touchdown of the game. Crimson Tide on top, 10-3. Let's go to the final seconds of the first half. Alabama threatening again. It'll be quarterback Ty Simpson. Watch as he drops back and zips a bullet to Ryan Williams into the end zone. 13-yard grab. He does take a big hit right there, but he holds on to the ball. 17-3 at the break. LSU shuts out Alabama in the third quarter and adds 2 field goals before the Tide could add another. Damian Ramos this time hits a 37-yarder to make it a 1-score game. It's 17-9 as you take a look at Frank Wilson. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Ty Simpson going to be seen here connected with Isaiah Horton up the near sideline for a 21-yard gain. It's Alabama's most effective play of the second half. Alabama calls on kicker Connor Toty after the drive, and he's going to nail a 44-yard field goal. It's now back to a 2-score lead. Alabama up 20-9 at that point. Less than 4 minutes left in the game. Last chance for the Bayou Bengals. Emerging star Yanze Pierre swats the ball and puts the quarterback's hands. London Simmons recovers, and Alabama gets the first down it needs. They will eventually run out the clock following that turnover, and they're going to win by a final of 20-9 inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Nick Kuzma, who I mentioned we'll see in a few minutes, we're going to see him in 3, 2, 1.
On a night that the Alabama offense struggled at times, the Alabama defense showed a couple things. Number one, they got their teammates back, and they held LSU to just 3 field goals. On top of that, bigger picture, we can now say this Alabama defense is great, clearly championship caliber. And now the Crimson Tide are riding an 8-game winning streak and are 6-0 in conference play after the 20-9 victory over LSU.
Definitely not satisfied with the way we played at times, made enough plays to win. But certainly got to continue to prove, got to get back to work tomorrow, and our guys know that. Proud of the defense, holding them to field goals, 4 red zone attempts, and walking away with 9 points. It's a great job by those guys.
The Alabama defense is officially on a heater. UA has allowed just 15.5 points per game during the winning streak. And on top of that, they're turning teams over at a high clip, now with 18 forced turnovers this year, tied for the most in the SEC.
I just think we can execute better if we want to, be that championship defense. And, we have all the right guys, got a great scheme, and, we just got to continue to get better on the practice field and let it show on Saturday.
Offensively, though, things could have been better for the Crimson Tide. A rare sight this year, Ty Simpson missed multiple open throws, and he had a turnover, which turned a 2-score game into a 1-score game. Still, the quarterback threw for 277 yards, and I think it's fair that he gets the benefit of the doubt that this was just an outlier so-so performance. What can't get a pass, though, at this point in the year is the run game. The Tide, once again, didn't have a rusher even record 50 yards, make it now 7 out of 8 games versus Power 4 opponents that hasn't happened.
Either one of two things on each play is do a better job blocking, and then do a good job of being physical with the ball in our hands too, and falling ahead for yards. Those extra 1 or 2 yards, 3 yards that you can get by running through arm tackles and things like that, those can hurt. And so again, we got to do a better job giving lanes for the running back to go hit it confidently and hit it hard. It's everything. It's an effort across the board.
Big picture, Alabama's in a great spot. The team is completely in control of its own destiny with 2 conference games left on the schedule. Winning out ensures an SEC championship game spot, and Crimson Tide quarterback Ty Simpson promises a great week of practice ahead.
This one is good for us because, we need to, tell the truth and look in the mirror, right? Like offense, we need to pick it up. Like that's, plain and simple how it is. Starts with me, starts with our run game, and we're going to get it right.
Next up for the Crimson Tide, a matchup with Oklahoma. So far this year, Alabama's had the chance to avenge all of its conference losses from last year. They took care of business versus Tennessee, took care of business versus Vanderbilt. The question is, will they do the same versus the Sooners? Kickoff next week, scheduled for 2:30 p.m. From Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, I'm Nick Kuzma, Fox 54 Sports.
On the road, taking on number 16 Vanderbilt yesterday. Tigers come out strong. Check them out as they're knocking on the door. Aston Daniels making the start, and he's going to fire a laser across the middle to Eric Singleton Jr. 14-yard touchdown. Tigers lead 7-0. Later on, it's 7-3 after a Vandy field goal, and the Tigers in the red zone again. Aston Daniels leaping over a man and into the end zone. 11-yard touchdown. 14-3. Auburn on top. Let's fast forward to the third quarter. Auburn actually down 24-23. Daniels is going to keep it himself around the left side, tiptoes down the sideline, and he's into the end zone. 30-24 after the 16-yard touchdown. Fourth quarter, here comes Diego Pavia. Watches. He keeps it, and he's into the end zone. 7-yard score. Vandy now on top, 31-30. Later in the fourth, Tigers down 38-30 as Ashton Daniels connected with Cam Coleman for a 23-yard touchdown. It's so nice. I got to show it to you twice. Look at the concentration with this one-handed grab, and they get a 2-point conversion. They're going into overtime. We're tied at 38. Diego Pavia coming through with a pop pass. The Cole Spence wide open, 45-38 extra point. 4th and 7 now for Auburn. Last chance. Daniels' pass sails out of the back of the end zone. That's going to be an incompletion. Auburn falls to Vandy by a final 45-38. Let's hear from DJ Durkin.
We challenged them and they responded. And this is Auburn. We didn't come here to get close or make the game closer, fight till the end. We came here to win championships. That's what we're going to do. We're building a program to win championships. And that's the first step. First, I guess you got to get it there. But I'll tell you what, there's some character in that room. These guys, every coach in the country is calling this team, trying to drag them in the portal, going other directions. And those guys, they stuck together for one another. And so no moral victories, no nothing. We're not happy about it. We're going to win these games, though. So you got to take steps, and that's what we're going to do. But those guys competed. They competed for one another and fought till the end. And the other team just made more plays than we did. Credit to them.